Hi, I never thought I'd be recording a video as a paranoid Luddite. I was all for the Australian government's COVID-19 tracing app. And in fact, yesterday or the day before, I downloaded and installed it. I'm in a high-risk category. I have limited lung function. And so it was probably useful for me to have that. Yesterday, I uninstalled the app. Let me tell you why. Without sounding paranoid, I don't want to say this, but the Australian government can't be trusted. There has been a call for them to release the source, the source code of the application. Why do people generally make this call? Releasing source, having open source, is a way of a multiplicity of people being able to check that code to make sure that there aren't any security holes in it. It's more efficient than a top-down single checker. So the government has said it did not want to release the source, and in particular it's saying when it does release the source, it will hide some of the source, so some of the source will not be released. What does this mean? It means the Australian government does not want people checking the source code and the security thereof of the COVID app. What do they have to hide? They have a track record of extending use of information for purposes for which it wasn't intended. Firstly, the internet was going to be blocked for pedophiles, then terrorists, then somebody else, and now we've got a bunch of different blockages. Similarly with the COVID-19 app. Up until yesterday, I thought they were going to be sensible about this and make it work. What are they trying to hide with the code that they're going to hold back? If they're saying they're going to restrict some code for security reasons, that means there is code that they don't want independent hackers to check that the code is tight. In other words, they are trying to hide something. They will be retaining some of the data for a purpose which we do not know. If the Australian government really wanted people to adopt the COVID-19 app, they would do two things. Firstly, the source code would have been open from the outset. And secondly, given their track record, both parties, of not being trustworthy, of data being, every time they're incompetent to say the data got hacked, even though it wasn't hacked, it was their incompetence, they should have gotten another country to have custody of the data, say New Zealand or Canada, somebody who has no direct interest in being tempted to access that data. So I have removed the COVID-19 app. I will not reinstall it until the total source code of it is made publicly available for checking by independent third parties to ensure that it is secure and it does in fact do what the government says it does. I never thought I'd hear myself saying this. I believe that we all have a role to play. This is a community crisis, community health crisis. I don't want to sound like a paranoid Luddite, but this government cannot be trusted.